The words catch in my throat as I stare at Ethan, my husband of 5 years, in utter disbelief. "What did you just say?" I manage to choke out. His cold blue eyes meet mine without a flicker of remorse. "I said Natalie is pregnant, and I want a divorce." My world spins as the reality of his betrayal hits me like a sledgehammer. Memories of our whirlwind romance flash before my eyes, the chance meeting at a mutual friend's party, the electric chemistry, the picture-perfect beach wedding. All of it now tainted by the venom dripping from Ethan's words. "But why? How could you do this to me, to us?" I search his face for any sign of the man I married, but find only a stranger staring back. Ethan scoffs, his handsome features twisting into a sneer. "Don't act so shocked, Zoe. You had to know this was coming. We both know I never loved you." Each word is a dagger to my already bleeding heart. "Then why did you marry me?" I whisper, dreading his response but needing to hear it nonetheless. "Isn't it obvious? For your money, of course, access to your family's precious trust fund, but I don't need you anymore now that Natalie's giving me a child, an heir to secure my legacy." White-hot rage surges through my veins, temporarily numbing the agony of Ethan's confession. "You gold-digging bastard," I seethe, clenching my fists. "I gave you everything, my love, my trust, my life. And this is how you repay me?" Ethan remains unfazed by my fury, casually checking his Rolex. "Save the melodramatics, Zoe. We both know you'll land on your feet. You always do. Now my lawyer will be in touch about the divorce paperwork. I expect an amicable settlement befitting the years we shared. Let's not make this uglier than it needs to be." With that, he turns on his Italian leather heel and walks out of my life as easily as he entered it, leaving me alone in the shambles of our marital home. I crumple to the hardwood floor, sobs racking my body as the weight of Ethan's deceit crushes me. How could I have been so blind, so naive? The signs were there all along, the late nights at the office, the secretive phone calls, the waning intimacy. I just didn't want to see it, clinging desperately to the illusion of our perfect love story. But Ethan's callous parting words echo in my mind, igniting a spark of determination amidst the devastation. He's right about one thing. I will land on my feet, and when I do, there will be hell to pay. No one betrays Zoe Hawthorne and gets away with it, not even the man I pledged my life to. As I wipe my tears and slowly stand, a newfound sense of purpose washes over me. I'll play the part of gracious ex-wife for now, but behind closed doors I'll be plotting my revenge. Ethan may think he's won, but he has no idea what I'm truly capable of. By the time I'm done with him, he'll be wishing he never laid eyes on me. Game on, dear husband. Game on. 2 weeks crawl by in a haze of grief and humiliation. I go through the motions at work, plastering on a brave face for my colleagues while quietly unraveling inside. The pitying looks and hushed whispers follow me everywhere, a constant reminder of my shattered fairy tale. As if summoned by my despair, Ethan waltzes into my office, a smug grin plastered across his chiseled face. "Zoe, you're looking well," he drawls, settling uninvited into the chair opposite my desk. I clench my jaw, willing myself not to lunge across the mahogany and claw his eyes out. "What do you want, Ethan?" I ask through gritted teeth. He leans back, casually crossing his ankles. "Just wanted to share the good news. Natalie's having twins. 2 for the price of 1. Can you believe it?" The revelation hits me like a sucker punch to the gut. Twins. He's starting a ready-made family with his mistress, while I'm left with nothing but the ashes of our marriage. Ethan mistakes my stunned silence for interest and barrels on. "She's already 6 months along. Guess my boys were in a hurry to get started on the next generation of Hawthorns. Too bad you couldn't give me that, huh, Zoe?" His cruel barb snaps me out of my daze. "Get out," I hiss, my voice trembling with barely contained rage. "Get the hell out of my office before I call security." Ethan stands, straightening his suit jacket with an air of infuriating nonchalance. "Touchy, touchy. Learn to take a joke, Zoe. No wonder I strayed. You always were a frigid little bore. Natalie, on the other hand, well, let's just say she keeps me more than satisfied." With a final wink, he saunters out, leaving me seething in impotent fury. How dare he flaunt his affair in my face like a badge of honor, as if getting his mistress knocked up somehow makes him more of a man. Bile rises in my throat as a sickening realization hits me. I've been financing Ethan's infidelity, all those mysterious withdrawals from our joint account, the missing trust fund statements. He's been stealing from me to keep his whore in the lifestyle she's accustomed to. White-hot rage boils in my veins, eclipsing the pain of Ethan's betrayal. In that moment, I make a vow. I will not rest until I've destroyed him and everything he holds dear. Starting with his precious Natalie. I reach for my phone with shaking hands and dial a number I never thought I'd need. My college roommate's cousin, a notorious PI known for his skill at digging up dirt on cheating spouses. Zoe Hawthorne. A gruff voice answers on the second ring. To what do I owe the pleasure? Jake, I need your help, I say, my voice cold as ice. I need you to find out everything you can about Natalie Du Bois. Every skeleton in her closet, every dirty little secret. I don't care how much it costs. I want her ruined. There's a beat of silence on the other end of the line. Consider it done, Jake replies, a hint of dark amusement coloring his tone. I'll be in touch. I hang up, a grim sense of satisfaction washing over me. Ethan may think he's untouchable, but he's about to learn just how far I'm willing to go to make him pay for his sins. As I stare out at the glittering cityscape, a smile slowly spreads across my face. The game is on, and this time, I'm playing for keeps. Ethan and his whore have no idea what's about to hit them. Buckle up, darling husband. Your reckoning is coming, and it's going to be a bitch. I stand at the back of the church, a tight smile plastered on my face as I watch Ethan and Natalie exchange vows. The happy couple is the picture of wedded bliss, their faces glowing with love and promise. It's enough to make me sick. But I play my part to perfection, the gracious ex-wife offering her blessing to the newlyweds. No one suspects the dark satisfaction brewing beneath my polite facade. The thrill of knowing Natalie's true colors will soon be revealed. As the ceremony ends and the guests file out to the reception, I slip away to the bridal suite. With a quick glance to ensure I'm alone, I pull a manila envelope from my purse and place it on the vanity, propped against a bouquet of white roses. Congratulations, Mrs. Hawthorne, I murmur, a wicked grin tugging at my lips. I hope you enjoy your wedding gift. Inside the envelope is a dossier compiled by Jake, my PI, detailing Natalie's sordid history of conning wealthy men. From fake pregnancies to blackmail schemes, she's left a trail of broken hearts and empty bank accounts in her wake. And now she's set her sights on my dear ex-husband. I slip out of the church unnoticed, my heart lighter than it's been in months. Let Ethan have his blushing bride. He'll soon learn the true cost of his betrayal. Back at the office, I throw myself into my work with a renewed sense of purpose. I may have lost my husband, but I'll be damned if I lose my career too. I put in long hours, schmoozing clients and closing deals like my life depends on it. And in a way, it does. My hard work pays off when I'm called into my boss's office for a meeting. Zoe, he says, a rare smile on his usually stern face. I must say, I've been impressed with your performance lately. Your numbers are through the roof. I sit up straighter, preening under the praise. Thank you, sir. I've been giving it my all. He nods, steepling his fingers. Well, it hasn't gone unnoticed, which is why I'm offering you a promotion. Senior Vice President, with a corner office and a hefty raise to match. I blink, momentarily stunned. I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir. I won't let you down. I know you won't, he replies, shaking my hand firmly. Congratulations, Zoe. You've earned this. As I exit his office, I can't help but do a little victory dance in the hallway. Take that, Ethan. I don't need you or your money to succeed. I'm doing just fine on my own. But my celebration is cut short when my phone buzzes with an incoming email. It's from an anonymous sender, with the subject line, "Thought you might want to see this." Curiosity piqued. I open the attachment and nearly drop my phone in shock. It's a grainy photo of Ethan and Natalie, caught in a heated argument outside their lavish new home. Even from a distance, I can see the fury etched on Ethan's face, his fists clenched at his sides. The message below the photo reads, "Trouble in paradise already? Guess the honeymoon's over. Wonder what could have caused such a lover's spat." I smile slowly, realization dawning. The seeds of doubt I planted with Natalie's dossier are already taking root. It's only a matter of time before Ethan starts questioning his perfect little wife's motives. And when he does, I'll be waiting in the wings, ready to watch him unravel. Revenge, it seems, is a dish best served cold. And I'm just getting started. The shrill ring of my phone jolts me awake at 2 a.m. Groggily, I fumble for the device, squinting at the caller ID. It's Ethan. What do you want? I mumble, my voice thick with sleep. Zoe, I need your help. His words are slurred, tinged with desperation. It's the twins. They're not mine. I sit up, suddenly wide awake. What are you talking about? They don't look like me, Ethan rambles, his voice rising in hysteria. Blonde hair, blue eyes, I don't have those genes. Natalie must have cheated on me. That lying whore. A slow smile spreads across my face as I realize my plan is working even better than I hoped. Ethan's paranoia is eating him alive, fueled by the breadcrumbs of doubt I've been leaving in my wake. Ethan, calm down, I soothe, feigning concern. You're not thinking clearly. Maybe we should talk about this in the morning when you're sober. I'm not drunk, he snaps, his temper flaring. I'm telling you, those kids aren't mine, and now my company's going under. I've lost everything, Zoe. Everything. I pause, letting his words sink in. Ethan's precious startup, the one he poured his heart and soul into, is failing. It seems his reckless spending to keep Natalie happy has finally caught up with him. I'm sorry to hear that, I say, my voice carefully neutral. But what do you expect me to do about it? There's a long silence on the other end of the line. Then, in a small broken voice, Ethan whispers, I need money, Zoe. I'm drowning in debt. Natalie's bleeding me dry with her constant demands. I don't know what to do. I lean back against my pillows, savoring the delicious irony of the moment. The once proud Ethan Hawthorne, reduced to begging his ex-wife for a handout. How the mighty have fallen. You've got some nerve, I say coldly, dropping the pretense of sympathy. Crawling back to me after the way you treated me, after you tossed me aside like yesterday's garbage. Zoe, please, Ethan pleads, his voice cracking. I know I messed up. I know I hurt you, but I'm desperate. I'll do anything. Just help me, please. For a moment, I'm tempted to give in, to throw Ethan a lifeline and watch him grovel at my feet. But then I remember the pain he caused me, the humiliation of being cast aside for a younger, prettier model. And my heart hardens. You made your bed, Ethan, I say, my voice like ice. Now lie in it. I don't owe you a damn thing. With that, I hang up, cutting off his sputtered protests. I sit in the darkness, my heart racing with a heady mix of triumph and vindication. Ethan is finally getting a taste of his own medicine, and I'm the one holding the spoon. But even as I revel in my victory, a small part of me whispers that this isn't enough. That Ethan hasn't truly suffered the way I have. Not yet. I need to hit him where it hurts the most, to make him feel the same soul-crushing agony he inflicted on me, and I know just how to do it. With a determined set to my jaw, I reach for my phone and dial a number I thought I'd never use again. It's time to call in a favor from an old friend, one with the power to make Ethan's life a living hell. Hello, Senator, I purr when he picks up on the first ring. I hope I'm not interrupting anything important. I have a little problem that needs solving, and I think you're just the man to help me. As I outline my plan, a slow smile spreads across my face. Ethan thought he could destroy me and walk away unscathed, but he's about to learn that karma is a bitch. And her name is Zoe Hawthorne. The news of Natalie's gambling debts hits the tabloids like a bombshell. Hawthorne heiress, caught in 500K casino scandal, the headlines scream, accompanied by grainy photos of her hunched over a blackjack table, her eyes wild with desperation. I read the articles with a sense of grim satisfaction, knowing I played a key role in her downfall. It was almost too easy to tip off the paparazzi to her favorite haunts, to leak the evidence of her staggering losses to the press. Ethan, of course, is collateral damage. His reputation is dragged through the mud right alongside his precious wife's. His name forever tainted by association. I can only imagine the hell he must be going through watching his carefully crafted facade crumble to dust. But my revenge is far from complete. I want Ethan to suffer the way I suffered, to feel the same gut-wrenching betrayal that I felt when he walked out on our marriage. And so, I bide my time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. It comes sooner than I expect, in the form of a frantic phone call from Ethan's lawyer. Zoe, I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, he begins, his voice strained, but I need your help. Ethan's in trouble. I lean back in my chair, a slow smile spreading across my face. Go on. The lawyer takes a deep breath. Natalie's filing for divorce. She's claiming Ethan's been abusive, that he's a danger to her and the twins. She's going for full custody and half of everything he owns. I let out a low whistle. Wow, that's quite the accusation. I'm assuming she has proof? That's just it, the lawyer says, frustration evident in his tone. We think she's lying, making things up to get a bigger settlement. But the court's eating it up. They've already granted her a temporary restraining order. I tap my fingers on my desk, considering my options. On one hand, I could sit back and watch Ethan's life implode, savoring every delicious moment of his downfall. But where's the fun in that? No, I want to be the one to twist the knife, to watch the light die in his eyes as he realizes just how thoroughly I've destroyed him. I might be able to help, I say slowly, relishing the desperation in the lawyer's voice, but it'll cost you. Anything, he says quickly. Just name your price. I smile, the wheels already turning in my head. I don't want money. I want something far more valuable. I want Ethan to sign over full custody of the twins to me, and I want him to admit in writing that he lied about Natalie's abuse allegations. There's a long pause on the other end of the line. Zoe, I don't know if I can convince him to do that. He's already lost so much. Then I guess he'll lose even more, I say coldly. Those are my terms. Take them or leave them. The lawyer sighs heavily. I'll talk to him, but I can't make any promises. You do that, I say, my voice like steel, and remind him that I'm not someone he wants to cross. Not again. I hang up, a sense of dark triumph washing over me. Ethan may have thought he could escape the consequences of his actions, but he's about to learn the true meaning of hell, and I'll be the one holding the pitchfork. Just as I'm savoring my victory, my phone buzzes with a new voicemail. I hit play, expecting to hear the lawyer's groveling apology. But it's not the lawyer. It's Ethan. And he sounds broken. Zoe, he slurs, his words barely intelligible through the static. I can't do this anymore. I've lost everything. My wife, my kids, my company. I have nothing left to live for. My blood runs cold as I realize what he's implying. Ethan, listen to me. Don't do anything stupid. We can figure this out. But he's not listening. I'm sorry, Zoe, for everything. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but please, please don't let my kids grow up thinking their father was a monster. The line goes dead, and I'm left staring at my phone in horror. What have I done? The stench of stale cigarettes and cheap booze assaults my nostrils as I step into the dingy bar. It's a far cry from the upscale lounges Ethan used to frequent, but then again, he's a far cry from the man he used to be. I spot him hunched over the counter, his once tailored suit hanging off his gaunt frame. He looks like he hasn't slept in days, his eyes bloodshot and his skin sallow. Well, 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 I say, sliding onto the stool next to him. How the mighty have fallen. Ethan looks up, his expression a mix of surprise and resignation. Zoe, come to gloat? I shrug, signaling the bartender for a drink. Just wanted to see how you were holding up. I heard about the divorce settlement. Tough break. Ethan snorts, downing the rest of his whiskey in one gulp. Tough break? That's the understatement of the century. Natalie took me for everything I had. I'm broke, Zoe. Completely fucking broke. I sip my martini, feigning sympathy. And the twins? How are they doing? Ethan's face crumples, and for a moment I almost feel sorry for him. Almost. I haven't seen them in months. Natalie won full custody, says I'm an unfit father. I lean in, my voice dripping with false concern. But that's not true, is it? You're a great dad, Ethan. Anyone can see that. He looks at me, his eyes shining with unshed tears. You really think so? I nod, placing a comforting hand on his arm. Of course, which is why I think you should fight for them. Don't let Natalie win. Ethan shakes his head, his shoulders slumping in defeat. I can't afford a lawyer. I can barely afford to keep a roof over my head. I'm working minimum wage at a fucking fast food joint just to make ends meet. I sit back, a slow smile spreading across my face. What if I told you there was another way? A way to get your kids back and make Natalie pay for what she did to you? Ethan's eyes narrow, a flicker of hope sparking in their depths. I'm listening. I lean in, my voice barely above a whisper. I have a plan, but it's not going to be easy, and it's definitely not going to be legal. Ethan hesitates, his jaw clenching. I don't know, Zoe. I've already lost so much. I can't afford to fuck up again. Trust me, I purr, my eyes glinting with malice. When I'm done with Natalie, she'll be the one wishing she never fucked with you. Ethan takes a deep breath, then nods slowly. Okay, I'm in. What do I need to do? I grin, the thrill of the hunt coursing through my veins. First things first, we need to get you cleaned up. Can't have you looking like a homeless bum when you go to court. Ethan frowns, looking down at his rumpled clothes. Court? I thought you said this wasn't going to be legal. I wave a dismissive hand. Semantics. The point is we need to make you look like the victim here, the poor, wronged husband who just wants to be a father to his kids. Ethan nods, a glimmer of his old self resurfacing. I can do that. I'll do whatever it takes. I smile, the pieces of my plan falling into place. Good, because we've got a lot of work to do. Over the next few weeks, I mold Ethan into the perfect pawn. I get him a haircut and a new wardrobe, coach him on what to say and how to act in front of the judge. But even as I play the role of supportive friend, I can feel the old anger simmering just beneath the surface. The memory of Ethan's betrayal, the humiliation of being cast aside like yesterday's trash. I want him to suffer. I want him to feel the same soul-crushing pain he inflicted on me. And I won't rest until I've destroyed him completely. But for now, I bide my time. I play the long game, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And when that moment comes, Ethan Hawthorne won't know what hit him. The gavel bangs, echoing through the courtroom like a gunshot. Custody is hereby granted to the father, Ethan Hawthorne. Miss Du Bois, you are remanded into custody for perjury and contempt of court. I watch as Natalie is led away in handcuffs, her designer dress rumpled and her mascara streaking down her face. It's a far cry from the polished seductress who stole my husband, and I can't help but feel a twisted sense of satisfaction. Ethan turns to me, his eyes shining with gratitude. Zoe, I don't know how to thank you. You've given me my life back. I smile, patting his hand. You don't need to thank me, Ethan. I'm just glad I could help. But even as the words leave my lips, I feel a pang of something I can't quite name. Regret, perhaps. Or maybe it's just the realization that my revenge, as sweet as it is, hasn't filled the void in my heart. Ethan must sense my hesitation because he takes my hand, his eyes searching mine. Zoe, I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I want you to know how sorry I am. For everything. I blink back tears, surprised by the sudden rush of emotion. I know, Ethan, and I forgive you. The words feel strange on my tongue, but as soon as I say them, I feel a weight lift from my shoulders. Like I've been carrying around this anger for so long, it's become a part of me. Ethan smiles, a real smile this time. Thank you, Zoe. That means more to me than you know. We sit in silence for a moment, the gravity of the situation sinking in. Ethan clears his throat, his expression turning serious. Zoe, I know this might be too much to ask, but would you consider giving me another chance? I know I don't deserve it, but I promise I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. I hesitate, my mind reeling. A part of me wants to say yes, to fall back into the comfort of Ethan's arms and pretend like the last few years never happened, but I know that's not possible. Too much has changed. Too much has been broken. We can't go back to the way things were. Ethan, I take a deep breath, choosing my words carefully. I appreciate the offer, but I don't think it's a good idea. We've both been through so much, and we need time to heal. On our own. Ethan nods, his eyes filled with understanding. I get it, and I respect your decision, but I want you to know that I'll always be here for you, Zoe, no matter what. I smile, feeling a sense of closure wash over me. I know, Ethan, and I'll always be here for you too, as a friend. We hug, the embrace bittersweet. Then Ethan pulls away, his expression turning mischievous. You know, I never did sign those divorce papers. Technically, we're still married. I laugh, shaking my head. Well, then I guess we better fix that. I'll have my lawyer draw up a new set of papers, with an ironclad prenup this time. Ethan grins, holding out his hand. Deal? And Zoe, thank you. For everything. I take his hand, feeling a sense of peace settle over me. It's not the ending I imagined, but somehow it feels right. As we walk out of the courthouse together, I can't help but feel a sense of hope for the future. Maybe Ethan and I weren't meant to be together, but that doesn't mean we can't still be a part of each other's lives. And who knows, maybe one day, when the wounds have healed and the scars have faded, we'll find our way back to each other. But for now, I'm content to walk away, knowing that I've finally found the strength to let go of the past and embrace the future, whatever it may bring. The Maldivian sun dances on the crystal blue waves, casting a golden glow over the pristine beach. I lean back in my lounge chair, sipping a mimosa, as I watch Ethan chase the twins along the shore, their laughter carried on the warm breeze. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years since our divorce. 5 years since I watched Ethan hit rock bottom, his life in shambles. But from the ashes of our failed marriage, a new bond has risen. One forged in forgiveness, understanding, and the shared love for our children. Yes, our children. After Natalie's arrest, Ethan and I made the decision to adopt the twins together. It wasn't easy, navigating the legal system and our own complicated history. But in the end, it was the best thing we could have done, for them and for us. Ethan flops down on the chair next to me, his skin sun-kissed and his eyes sparkling. They're growing up so fast, he muses, watching as the twins build a sandcastle near the water's edge. I feel like I blinked and suddenly they're in kindergarten. I nod, my heart swelling with love and pride. They're amazing, aren't they? Sometimes I can't believe they're really ours. Ethan takes my hand, his thumb brushing over my wedding band. I can't believe how lucky I am to have them and to have you. I smile, leaning over to kiss him softly. We've come a long way, haven't we? Ethan nods, his expression turning serious. Zoe, I know I've said it before, but I need to say it again. I'm so sorry for everything I put you through. The affair, the lies, the betrayal. I was a fool to ever let you go. I squeeze his hand, feeling the old hurt fade away. I know, Ethan, and I forgive you. We both made mistakes, but we've learned from them. We're stronger now together. Ethan grins, pulling me into his arms. I love you, Mrs. Hawthorne, more than words can say. I love you too, Mr. Hawthorne, forever and always. We sit like that for a while, wrapped in each other's embrace as we watch the sun dip below the horizon. It's a moment of perfect peace, a testament to the journey we've taken to get here. But as the last rays of light fade away, I can't help but think back to the dark days of our past. The anger, the pain, the all-consuming need for revenge. I thought I needed to destroy Ethan to heal myself, to make him suffer the way I had suffered. But in the end, it was forgiveness that set me free. The moment I let go of my anger, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders, a burden I hadn't even realized I'd been carrying. And as I look at Ethan now, his face lined with laughter and his eyes filled with love, I know I made the right choice. Because in the end, revenge is a poison that destroys the soul. But forgiveness? Forgiveness is the ultimate victory. The twins run up to us, their faces flushed with excitement. Mommy, Daddy, look what we found, they exclaim, holding up a shimmering seashell. Ethan scoops them up, peppering their faces with kisses. That's amazing, guys. Why don't we add it to our collection? As we walk back to our villa, hand in hand, I feel a sense of contentment wash over me. This is what I've always wanted. A family, a partnership, a love that endures. It wasn't an easy road to get here. There were moments when I thought I'd lost everything, when the darkness threatened to consume me. But in the end, it was the light that guided me home. And as I look at Ethan and our children, I know that every step, every struggle, every heartbreak was worth it. Because it led me to this moment, this perfect shining moment of happiness, and that's a victory no revenge could ever match.